Shooter is an American crime, action, and psychological thriller film directed by Antoine Fuqua. The film was released in 2007 with the participation of actor Mark Wahlberg. Shooter is based on the novel called Point of Impact by writer Stephen Hunter. The story originates from 3 years ago, during a military operation by the U.S. military somewhere around the Ethiopian border. Bob Lee Swagger and Donnie are on a mission to protect the convoy to the assembly location. They quickly detect and destroy a dangerous target. But then suddenly the enemy appeared more and more and continuously responded, making the retreat difficult. They even used helicopters to attack, causing them to ask for aid. But they were deep in the territory of a country they shouldn't have been allowed to. Faced with that situation, in order to avoid any trouble, the operation commander decided to leave the two behind. After fighting back for a while, Donnie was hit and killed, and Swagger was lucky to defeat the enemy's helicopter and escape. 3 years later, Swagger is now retired and lives in seclusion with a dog in the northern snowy mountains. One day, Colonel Isaac Johnson suddenly appeared and asked him to cooperate with him. What you need to do is plan to assassinate the President of the United States. The reason they need to do this is to catch an assassin who really intends to assassinate the President, because only a good sniper can understand the thoughts of assassins. Already wanting to give up on his previous life, Swagger refused, but his compatriot spirit and oath to defend his country still urged him to stop what was about to happen. To confirm his thinking, Swagger tested firing bullets at targets at a distance of miles, a range he thought the assassin would use in his next assassination attempt. The results are not good for the president. Swagger said goodbye to his dog and hit the road. After surveying 3 cities on the president's itinerary, he concluded with Johnson that the most suitable location for sniping was Philadelphia. However, he did not know he was being ensnared by Johnson. A week later, Johnson ordered his subordinates to shoot the president. In fact, the bullet did not hit the president but hit the Archbishop of Ethiopia. At the same time, Johnson orders a corrupt cop to kill Swagger in order to blame him for the assassination. Swagger was lucky to escape death. He even controlled FBI agent Nick Memphis and escaped. Before he left, he still tried to tell Memphis that he was innocent. Swagger was pursued by police forces and government soldiers, then wanted across the United States. With no way to run, Swagger went to his dead former teammate's home in Kentucky and sought refuge with his widow Sarah Fenn. Sarah agrees to let Swagger stay. She heals him. Gradually the two develop feelings for each other. As for Special Agent Nick Memphis, he let Swagger escape, affecting the agency's reputation. He was reprimanded by his superiors for this. However, with his intuition, Memphis believes that Swagger is indeed innocent. Memphis then examines the assassination scene. He has information that proves Swagger is not the killer, so he is almost killed by Johnson's men. Luckily for him, Swagger arrived in time, and then Nick followed Swagger. The next day, Swagger took Nick to a gun expert in Tennessee to ask him something, who told Swagger that Johnson's actual sniper was in Virginia. Immediately, Swagger and Nick arrived in Virginia. There, Swagger was revealed by the gunner that Colonel Johnson and Senator Charles Meacham had commanded troops to massacre 400 civilians in Ethiopia, Africa. Swagger recorded all of the gunner's words to have evidence against Johnson. After talking, the gunner pulled out his gun and committed suicide. Swagger and Nick then encounter an army of mercenaries, using pipe bombs and napalm bombs to quickly destroy all the soldiers, but Johnson takes Sarah hostage in exchange. A few days later, Swagger arranged to meet Johnson and Congressman Charles Meacham on a snowy mountain. Johnson would release Sarah, and Swagger would give them the tape recorder. In fact, Johnson and Charles wanted to destroy them all, so they arranged a sniper force, and used Sarah as a shield to threaten Swagger from revealing. With his talent, Swagger destroyed all associates of Johnson and Charles. At this point, when Swagger questioned Senator Charles about his crimes, he still argued that it was a necessary sacrifice, even though he wanted to, but Swagger really couldn't open fire on the person who turned his back on him. The FBI showed up and took Swagger to meet high-ranking officials. In the meeting room also Sarah, Nick, and Johnson. Swagger proved his innocence. His gun with a special lanyard could not fire the bullet that assassinated the Archbishop. He was released. Although he did disclose to the jury about Johnson's war crimes, the massacre was not located in the United States, so Johnson was not convicted. Before leaving, he did not forget to leave him with a final affirmation. He won. Swagger lost. That night, the two conspirators toasted their victory at Johnson's home. Swagger attacked. He shot and killed Johnson, Meacham, and their gang and blew up the house. Swagger finished his revenge. He exited the forest and got in the car to where Sarah was waiting.